A former employee at a youth migrant shelter in Tucson is now speaking out about what he calls a humanitarian crisis going on right in our backyard. He's talking with News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink, who's live downtown at a Free the Children rally to protest the separation of migrant families at the border. Eric.
Well, hey there, John. Antar Davidson will soon graduate from the U of A, and until Tuesday of this week, he worked at that migrant shelter. That is until he quit. With hundreds of young kids, leaving hundreds of young kids behind, he quit out of protest because he says what he sees going on in that facility is inhumane.
We're making orphans at the border and then traumatizing them in under-equipped facilities that were not meant to deal with this type of population.
Antar Davidson walked out on his job for good this week, just as the Trump administration's separation of family policies is coming under fire. Davidson worked at Estrella del Norte, this midtown shelter for immigrant children, until he says his morals led him to resign.
We were getting kids who had no idea what the process were. They were young, a lot more younger kids, and they were also dealing with the trauma of being separated from their parents and not being told where they are. People don't know where they land for quite some time.
Davidson was employed here for several months. He argues over time it became too crowded and was always understaffed. Davidson says he made a personal connection to some of what he estimates are the 300 kids now living inside this building. And he says this issue shouldn't be politicized.
As a nation with the history that we have, how history is pretty much watching us to see how we will deal with this humanitarian issue.
And back out here live downtown, we will have more with Antar Davidson coming up tonight at 10. The Free the Children rally has just begun with dozens of protesters right behind me. We'll have more on that coming up tonight in a live report at 6 o'clock. Live downtown, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.